students, in the previous lectures we have discussed about mechanical simple harmonic oscillator and electrical simple harmonic oscillator, where we have ignored the frictions and damping forces. Today we will discuss about mechanical damped harmonic oscillator. The case is similar to the simple harmonic oscillator, but the additional thing is that there is one additional frictional force that will affect the oscillations. So let us discuss about the mechanical damped harmonic oscillator, and let us consider a mass attached to a spring, a body of mass m attached to a spring of spring constant k. Let this be the equilibrium position, x is equal to 0. Right? Let the body be displaced in the right direction, towards right direction, and then let the displacement be x from the equilibrium position. The spring will get expanded like this. We will have mass, and let this distance be x. Let the body be displaced by distance x, and let it be left. Then the body will oscillate about the equilibrium position in this direction. The body will oscillate. So the forces that act on this body, or we can say on the mechanical harmonic oscillator, can be given by the forces acting on the body, oscillating body can be written as first. The first force, what will the first force? The first force will be, anyone? The first force will be restoring force, and that F1 can be given by is equal to minus kx as it was given in the simple harmonic oscillator, where k is the spring constant and x is the displacement. This restoring force is directly proportional to the displacement, but in opposite direction. The negative sign shows the opposite direction. This is our force 1, and the second force which we have ignored in the simple harmonic oscillator was frictional force. Now there is one frictional force F2 that is directly proportional to the velocity, but in opposite direction. Negative sign shows the opposite direction. So this force can be written as F2 is equal to minus, we can write, let it be B dx by dt. Right? So there are two forces in the damped harmonic oscillator. So one force is the restoring force. This is our restoring force, and the second force is frictional force. So therefore the total force can be given by F1 plus F2. Therefore total force will be equal to F1 plus F2, and this becomes minus kx minus b dx by dt. But by Newton's second law, what is Newton's second law? Newton's second law gives that F is equal to m d2x upon dt square. By Newton's second law, we can write F is equal to m d2x upon dt square. So therefore, equating these two equations, both are forces, we can write m d2x upon dt square is equal to, we can write minus kx and minus b dx by dt. Right? Solving this equation further or simplifying this equation, we can write d2x upon dt square is equal to minus k upon mx minus b upon m dx by dt. Right? So rearranging the terms, we can write d2x upon dt square is equal to plus b upon m dx upon dt plus k upon m x is equal to 0. This is our equation of motion, right? This is our equation of motion for mechanical damped harmonic oscillator, which can also be written as putting b upon m is equal to some constant 2r and k upon m is equal to omega square, where omega is our angular frequency. So therefore equation number 1 becomes, in 1 we get, or we can write d2x upon dt square plus 2r dx by dt plus omega square x is equal to 0. This is our equation of motion for damped mechanical harmonic oscillator. This is equation of motion for damped harmonic oscillator, and that too mechanical. We can write for mechanical damped harmonic oscillator. The general solution we can take for this equation. Let us try the general solution. Let us try the general solution for equation number 2 as, let us take one general solution as x is equal to c e की power alpha t, where c and alpha are two arbitrary constants. This is our equation number 3rd. So as this is the solution for this equation, so this solution must satisfy this equation. So we have to put d2x upon dt square, we have to put dx upon dt, and we have to put x from this equation. So we can write dx upon dt is equal to alpha c e की power alpha t, and d2x upon dt square is equal to alpha square c e की power alpha t. So putting the value of d2x upon dt square, dx upon dt and x from these equations in equation number 2, we can write, therefore 2 becomes alpha square c e की power alpha t plus 2r, we have 2r dx upon dt alpha c e की power alpha t plus we have omega square c e की power alpha t is equal to 0. We can check that c e की power alpha t gets cancelled out and we are left out with alpha square plus 2r alpha plus omega square is equal to 0, right? So we can solve for alpha. Therefore alpha can be given by minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac. 4, a is 1 and c is omega square. 4 omega square upon 2a. 2 and our a is 1. So therefore we have our alpha is equal to minus r plus minus under root 2 gets cancelled out, r square minus omega square. This is the value of alpha. Let it be equation number 4. Therefore our solution becomes x is equal to c1 e की power alpha t. This is our alpha t, alpha 1 plus c2 e की power alpha 2 t, where alpha 1 is equal to minus r, where